Hello. Um, like I was telling you, right, in our session, so jumping the rope, right, there is the dress that is usually used for competitions. Um, the private clubs, the ones who usually have tennis along with their instructors, swimming pools along with their instructors, right? They have a golf, right, fields, and running races, um, fields, right, and some other kind of entertainments, right, singing, probably gymnastics, spa, and some other kind of massage, right, with all their experts, right, and they have in their gym, right, the gymnastics and professional gymnastics, where they engage in competitions in order to raise funds for different causes. And people um, usually uh, go and become part of the private clubs because they offer the professional side of instructors to learn how to play golf, to learn how to work out specific muscles, right? Um, even beauty salon, hairstylists, right? They do have all kinds of benefits, and where competitions are, because when there are when there is fields where there are students and there are plenty of them, competitions are usually engaged in this kind of activities in order to raise funds, to make it enjoyable, and to make the socialization in between groups tolerable, right? To enjoy it and to help others, which is some very um, altruistic and which the professionists, the people who have already graduated find interesting, right? Not just to go and donate or give money, but to gather together and compete for certain things and enjoy the moment, and obviously um, find in between all the beautiful people coming into the private clubs, the talented, the beautiful, the able, the heroes, and the willingful people to go forward for many reasons, right? And we went to the store, right? Like we were telling you, that in order to put drama into your participation, you usually, especially like we were saying on the gymnastic, rhythmic gymnastics, jumping the rope, we find it that the gown is something that accompanies the session, right? The participation. And we went into the store and we found a nice color, right, gown. We found a fabric, right? We found the fabric, right, in which we're gonna make a name of some art which we will be creating, right? And it's gonna be feather on the wind, right? feather on the wind is gonna be the type of dress or style in which we will. And this kind of dress can be on any color, can be on any type of fabric, as long as there is some sort of art on the garment which will resemble the wind, or some sort of movement where the wind passes through and where the feather is falling right through it and stuff like that. And we found 2 pieces of garments, right? 2 different pieces of garments, and it says like over here, organic velour feathered, and there's gonna be the green threads. And this is something you 29. It was like $49 the yard, right? In which you purchase a piece of it, right? And over here we have the poly interlock, right? Is the name of it. Is mint poly interlock, right? Which it was in a special. It was at $3.99, and we also purchased this just a part of it, right? And where we gather just part of both, right? Which is the thread, right? And the type of fabric, right? And the other one, right? These letters are fading away. And there's really nothing else we have to do, right? So anyways, we have it done, right? We purchased it, and we'll show you the type of the mint type of color, right? Which is this color, right? It's a nice mint, right? Which makes it very fresh, right? It's a beautiful mint color, right? It looks probably white, but it's green. It's a nice green. Probably doesn't really, and it's a very nice, and this kind of fabric allows the body to fit in because it stretches, right? And at the same time holds your body, right? And it stretches both ways, right? And it's something very comfortable, right, to have on the body, right? We have made, right, we designed the shorts, right, which are going to be these ones, right? Now I'm gonna put these ones over here, right? These are just shorts, any kind of shorts, right? These shorts can be shorter, right? You can perhaps have them shorter, right? It depends how the person feels, right? The important thing is to exercise. The important thing is to engage in competition, right? So that way you can participate helping causes, because they will say, by the way, we're gonna have prizes for the people who win, and they usually chooses the best outfit, right? The best jumping style, the best music, right? And if they're very original, they will end up writing their own music, right? For the specific kind of exercises, right? And the effort and all the effort the person puts into it is what is important, right? And we have this kind of blouse. It might look too big, but if you see this, the sleeve is it doesn't have any kind of attached thread that will prevent you from moving your arms around, right? So it's seamless, right? It doesn't have any seam in, right? So that way will make your arm to move around, which is the ideal, right? Or to have no sleeves at all, right? Because that way you can move your arms around nicely. Or to have the stretch velour, right? And your body, which is some sort of like a hose, right? And this is, right, just by the neck, around the neck, right? The color will be only around the neck, and it looks like it doesn't, it's just like a small dress, right? As you put it on, it will be like a small dress, right? Probably some people will say that it looks like a too baggy for many people, right? Because a lot of people, they're just to have the table served, right? And they don't, have any intentions to figure out that everything is not just whatever. So let us just be appreciative, right, for the talent of people, and right, and just right there we have the two garments, right? Some sleeveless blouse all the way to the hip, right? And the shorts, right? And the shorts, which we are working on, right? It has elastic on. It can be just the same fabric on through it, right? So you can just put it together. And the same way over here, it has to have elastic. It has to have elastic because when I'm gonna put this one over here. I'll explain to you that the reason this garment has to have elastic underneath is because when the person puts the blouse over, it will have to twist the blouse, right, in order to make the special effects on this other side, right? And it will look like this, right? It will twist around several times, right? And it will look like the wind, right, is passing by, right, this way. It makes like a three of as much as you twist around all this blouse, this one will pull from this corner, right, and will bring all the shapes towards the corner, like that, right? And it will be plenty of the shapes that will come this way, and it will be like that, right? And where the feathers have to fall just right over it, right? And the feather material, we found this one, which is very pretty. It's a very nice, very beautiful, right? It's mint also, and it has the feathers, right? And when the person is jumping the rope, all the feathers look beautiful, right? It will go with the rhythm, right? So this is the lure with the feather. And we have this, right, which we have already designed to be over, right? And it's gonna be like this. And it's gonna be a very short dress, right? It's a short dress, right? And the little cape on the back, which has 3 feathers. As you see, these are 1, 2, 3, right? And it has a little cape, right? There's one little cape which goes maybe very close, half of the back, right? And this one, it will cover the front, which is gonna make it look just like a little dress, right? And these are 2 little things which will act as a band around the hip, right? And it has 1 feather hanging towards the leg, 2, right? And this one also hanging over the leg, which is gonna be having right, once when the little dress gets over the other one, right? And it's gonna look really beautiful, really nice, right? Because just like in the school, right, in parades, when you have these girls, you know, with their gymnastics, they walk around or go around, right? They have over their shoulders something that makes it a little bit more dramatic, right? Which makes them bigger and powerful, right? Which means that it's not just right by the end of the shoulder, it goes a little bit beyond, right? And this part goes around the dress this way, where the 2 feathers are hanging over the left leg, right? And it will be looking very nice, right? Having the wind, as we say, it looks the drama on the fabric on the underneath, right? Which it comes from the corner of the left shoulder, their left shoulder, right? And the feathers, right? It looks really, really nice. And when the band touches all the way to the back, you really see the little dress, right? And the back is also very nice because it's just one little cape, a little bit of it, right? And it has the feathers, and when it moves, they move also, right? And this one, especially this one over here, right? And this one, when the person is jumping the rope, it really moves nice. And all this area is gonna be also around, and it's gonna look very, very nice, right? And I believe this is a very good creation, right? Very nice creation, right? And which allows to add drama to this kind of competitions, right? Plus that this one makes the waist shorter. It makes look the waist shorter, right? Just in case, right? And the back, right? Also, which also enhances the beauty, right? With this corner, right? The fabric was just one little piece, right? This corner over here can go all the way, right? But really, as jumping the rope doesn't need too much of this kind of cloth around. That's for people who doesn't like to show much of. This is just for people who don't like to show much of their bodies, right? And which just wants to be part of the tournaments and exercise and cooperate with the rest of the people, right? But if it looks nice and the jumps are the ones that are the best, right, for the song, is obviously the one that is gonna win, right? And it's very nice. I believe that it will enhance, right, the music, right? To find the music appropriate for the garment is also very important. It's not just the garment by itself. And the way and rhythm the human body moves along the music, right? We're going to use it to play a song, maybe some Nagila, or because the Nagila is by the spring and this one is mint, it's green, right? Maybe some sort of like a cassette show from around Russian songs, right? Which are very nice to play this kind of gymnastics. So for right now, we believe that it's very nice, right? You can design things like this, right? Especially the Christmas is around the corner, right? A little suits for the children's, right? You can make the children's of different sizes can wear it, even boys. That's the reason that it's green, so the boys can have it, can wear it also. And you can go in competitions on the private clubs, right? For noble causes. Sometimes they have monetary rewards, right? Prizes, trophies, passes to trips, and all those things are also very good, right? So let us just continue in some other time, right? Uh, Probably wearing it, exercising, or just with a music, right? Where it can look nice, right? Where it can look nice, and use the steps we are learning, right? Practice those steps that we work in the, the first programs, because really the person is not, or if cannot jump, doesn't have to do it right away. A lot of people, like we were telling you, have lost their chin and they have faint, right? Therefore, just start the exercises, moving your legs, right? The way I was telling you, that way you learn how to take off from there, right? And by moving these routines, right? Through these routines, you can be able to jump the rope. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you do it carefully, the way we are teaching you from the beginning, you don't have to jump the rope just for jumping the rope. Jumping the rope, it meant to train the person to be able to oxygenate all the muscles, right? And because of that, allow the person to be a better person, right? Um, and to learn the different kinds of terms, right? And words you can have done with it, right? And probably in the future we will have our own gym, right? In order we can open competitions for different things into gymnastics, right? Because we are interested in continuing with helping the adults who haven't graduated and they have already used all their loans, right? And so they can continue with their education to graduate and be able to graduate. And therefore, that's the reason that we are posting the veterinary and medical tutorials and lectures. Eventually, we're going to be posting some other kind of trainings, right? And by working this, making baby steps, right? Because not everything can be done in one day. We can be able to build the gym, right? Where we can engage in competitions for noble causes, to raise funds for noble causes, right? And until now, everything we have been telling you and tutoring you, right, instructing you, are steps very safe, right? And therefore we expect that you have been learning, and it really doesn't matter how old the person is. Just the same when people go in the running races to go with their family members to teach them how to make their voice heard by helping others, to help others, right? Because it's the only thing we can be able to continue with our society. One person cannot be doing every single thing, right? It goes straight to the official government offices, right? Usually they have another kind of aids to help people, and that way all the citizens of this country can be able to go and apply for their housing, right? They can be able to apply for their Lone Stars when is needed. And working together and planning what others have already told us how to raise money, just to have the thing done peacefully, smartly, right? And with a strategy to continue with it in order to teach the future generations for the boxes that are or have to be filled in most of the time have the mission accomplished towards that, and that way not just for the housing and for the Lone Stars when people is in need, right, but to open probably avenues internationally with other countries, and to be able to sell the expertise we learn along our lives, right? Promoting every kind of workshop the person have in their independent business, in the house and the home business, because their expertise can provide the training to trace different kinds of patterns, to be able to make the artificial intelligence to do it, right? And by having the artificial intelligence doing the work our mind had trained, right, to make profits, right? That way everybody can work their expertise and promote their expertise as a small business, as entrepreneur, as an industrial, right, or investor, right, and working little by little, and everybody's putting their grain of salt, we can be able works of wonders, right? For right now, let's just stop right here, and we'll talk later. Thank you for your attention.